So with the bulk of the hole done, it's time to clean up the edges, chimble away the bit of house foundation which sticks out, which will be in the way if we leave it there. Then with just a bit of edge cleaning with a nice clean hole. Okay, nice and flat, nice and square. Next little job, bit of damp proofing, bit of framing. We're doing it slightly different this time. I'll explain afterwards. So I did a couple of welds and something didn't quite feel right. Turns out I've washed my welding jacket. I've drunk the plumbing thing. Never mind.
Time to get up, let's get ready. Washing my head, need to focus on the hollow spine.
With the floor frame set out and level and where we want it, time to add a bit of damp proofing and then of course add the much important rebar, which is much easier to put in when there's not a floor in the way. Okay, rebar's in, beautiful job. Now, next thing we need to do is put the concrete down, but of course the concrete, we only want it to go where we want it to go. So effectively, I've made like a little pond. Now, I didn't want to pierce and do anything unnecessarily damaging to the bottom damp-proof course, so I've added a little extra little bit, which I've folded up, whacked a bit of Kingspan over the bits of rebar which poke through it, pushed that underneath my little edge beam, folded the extra bit of polythene over the top, and then welded these little taggy things on to stop it all blowing out. And essentially we can fill that up, and that will be the first concrete base done. And then of course we've got to get the concrete down here. Normally you'd fire it onto the roof. We can't do that because if we fire it down all the way from there, all the aggregate shoots to the bottom. So I've made this wonderful little chute. Now with concrete pumps being expensive, I've got a bit of 6-inch underground pipe. Put a chain on it, and then made this little clampy thing which goes over our cover, clamp that on, slide the pole down it, hook it on the little bolts, boom, stick a traffic cone in the top. Oh, the concrete man was impressed. This is the first concrete chute.
Yeah, it's nice.
Look, it's controllable, look, we can angle it. Are you impressed with that?
I am, yeah.
Then with the mixer fired out, it comes straight down the tube and straight out the end, and it looks, well, you can see what that looks like. Anyway, bit of vibrating. Bit of more plop, 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 plop. All done. Spread it around and smoothing it off. Job done. Then once it's cured, remove all the Kingspan and the extra polythene, then grind off the little pegs which held our rebar in position while the concrete was being poured over it. Chop off the extra bit of metal we don't need now. Oh, we've got a lovely floor. Well, we got half of it anyway. Right, that's set. Beautiful, but we're doing it differently this time. We're going to put the sheets on top. We're going to drill holes and plug weld them where we can't get to the edges with the welder, because obviously you can't get underneath it now. Stick some down there, put an upstand up. I've done all the mesh in here, and then we can have a second layer of concrete. Now, we're going to need some more sheet down here. Last time we precariously dangled it on some straps.